Whereabouts in the Northwest do you hail from?
Kuma, in Kuma.
No way.
Right, I told you.
Like from Kuma, as in like, and you
Stilfontein.
know, Stilfontein.
You almost bowed out for like 10 years. You went quiet for about 10 years.
10 years.
Okay, well, many years you've been quiet. So what you're saying would turn me on is that you didn't know that it was going to be on Black Coffee's album.
I didn't know. I was doing it for it to be on DJ Ganyani's album. I think the same way that I didn't stay in the industry for many years and decided to take a break, relevance has never been a thing for me.
Yeah.
It's never been a motivator.
It's really never been. So I'm original, so I just stick to what I do. And I already have my fans, you know. I have my very loyal people. And also I'm singing for people my own age. My piano is for kids.
Your mornings with Malume Tap.
We're live, direct, and in studio with my favorite vocalist of all time. You see, I'm a house head, full time. Like I said yesterday when we introed that she was going to be here, that this is the vocalist that like crawled so that so many could walk. You know what I'm saying? Like because Asana daughter and all the shasha.
Correct.
Like guys, they don't know this is the goat. And actually, I have a sound. I have. Plus, as you guys are about to find out, this goat is actually our goat. This is one of our own goats, right? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, please give a warm welcome to Bucie. Good morning, Queen.
Good morning, Uncle
morning.
Tabs. How are you?
It's been so long since we've seen each other. You were like, you're at UFM now.
Like, when did you?
It's been a year. This is year 2, actually.
Wow, that's amazing.
So good to see you. And I was referencing saying that she's our goat, right? Most people don't know that you're a Northwest.
Yes, I am.
Whereabouts in the Northwest do you hail from?
Kuma, in Kuma.
No way.
Right, I told you.
Like from Kuma, as in like, and you know,
Stilfontein.
Stilfontein. But another thing is people don't know Stilfontein, so you have to tell them that between Klerksdorp and Potch. Yeah, there's Kuma there.
When
That's where I'm
actually
from.
it's by like Stilfontein and Orkney. Like,
And
right
yeah,
there, basically.
People don't know
that
Orkney
side
either.
though.
Yeah.
Like, so we just go straight to Klerksdorp rather.
Well, yeah, that's why I say she's one of our own, right? So good to have you here on UFM.
It's so good to be on UFM.
Now, we have to start with this question. Where have you been? Because, I mean, you almost bowed out for like 10 years. You went quiet for about 10 years.
10 years.
Okay, well, many years you've been quiet. What's been going on?
I've been quiet for 5-6 years. I wanted to start a family, and that's what I did.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and that's what I did. So I decided that I'm going to focus on my family, because the thing about still being active in the music industry when you're trying to have kids and raise them, you won't have time to be there. So I wanted to be present for my children for the first 1,800 days. And I did that. So when I could see that now they're independent, they're all grown, I was like,
Well done,
it's time for
Mommy.
me
I
to
miss
go
it.
back.
I want to go back.
You know, especially for my daughter. When I gave birth to my daughter, I was just like, I don't want her to just think I'm just mommy. Does my daughter know that mommy's a superstar?
Yeah.
She needs to know
Respect
that mommy's
me,
a
daughter,
superstar,
please.
you know?
Who knows? She might be the next superstar, and you
Yeah,
want to guide her in that.
I'm not sure.
Talk to me about how the music started, right? Growing up in Kuma, were you in a church choir or did you sing at school?
I was.
Has music always been something you've done? Tell us that story.
I was in a church choir. I had to be. I think I joined the youth choir when I was like 13 years old, and that was not the age. But because of my voice, they needed me there. That's what they said.
So you were too young, actually.
I was too young, but because of my voice, it got me there. So I thought, hey, if my voice can get me to a youth choir at this age, what else can it do for me? You know?
And then you sort of, as you're growing up, music's always been there in the background.
Always.
When does it get serious that you go, okay, well, music might be a career? Is it when you first meet Demor?
Yes, when I first met Demor at Central Johannesburg College, because that's where I studied music. So I met Demor, and I was supposed to be a backing singer for Shana, their group Shana. But then there was a song that they needed recorded, and they needed a female vocalist. It was supposed to be on DJ Ganyani's album, but it ended up on DJ Black Coffee's album, Turn Me On. So
wow.
Turn Me On was the first song I ever wrote, and I was 19.
Wow, only 19.
I was 19 when I wrote Turn Me On.
So what you're saying with Turn Me On is that you didn't know that it was going to be on Black Coffee's album.
I didn't know. I was doing it for it to be on DJ Kanyani's album.
So you actually didn't studio-wise, you didn't work with Coffee, so you didn't at the time know that you were working with Coffee.
I didn't work with Coffee. I was working with Demor because we're using Demor's studio and he needed to do something and just send the vocals. Yeah.
And then how does the collaboration with Coffee then expand into Superman?
After Turn Me On, after Turn Me On, he was just like, this girl's voice, no. We need to do something. But at the time, I already had, Demo already said, nah, you need to do more.
Yeah.
That's when we recorded my album, Rockstar, that had Ngicelindoda.
So
Ngicelindoda.
when they then say you need to do more, I would love to believe that you then saw some sort of inspiration from somewhere. Where did you go dig in?
Well, I've always been a house fan. I've always loved house music. I fell in love with house music from, I think it was DJ Fresh's album, where there was Loco. When you are ready.
Fresh House Flavor.
Yes.
I think it was Fresh House Flavor 4.
And that was 1999.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I got the opportunity to do house music, because that's what I wanted, I would listen to her voice. It was so soothing, and what she was saying, it was just like, but you still dance to it, but she kind of sounds sad. And I was like, I think I dig that, I want to say sad things on a song.
And it's quite unique because
It
not a lot of singers at that time, at the turn of the millennium, wanted to be on house music, aspired to be house vocalists.
R&B or quite.
Would you say that maybe was because a lot of the time the DJs get more credit than the vocalists do in house music, right? So a song could be huge. Take for example, just to be argumentative, take for example Jerusalema with Master KG and Nomcebo, right? I mean, Nomcebo's contribution to that song is the song.
Yes.
You don't have a song without the vocals. And we saw it get quite tricky because a lot of the plaudits, a lot of the the awards, a lot of the sort of flowers were given to Master KG in that. So was that something that you thought about when you wanted to get into house music?
Honestly, no. I just wanted to sing, and I didn't know anything about the politics behind it. All I knew was that I just want to be a vocalist that is going to stand on her own, that is going to stand out, unforgettable. So even if I'm featured, you cannot forget me. That is, hence the blonde hair. How do you forget me with blonde hair?
Okay.
All right, we're going to come back and talk about that in a little
How
bit.
do you forget me with that hair? Tell me how much you need me.
Thank you, Temba, is saving us there. Oh man, this one right here is, I guess, one of the songs that started it all. Such a big tune, Black Coffee and Bucie, Superman, and we've got her in studio. Bucie, I want to talk about this song. Well, not necessarily this song. I want to talk about this song, which is Drake.
Yes.
With Georgia Smith. Apparently it was supposed to be J-Lo, and then they didn't get J-Lo. Yeah, and then they got Georgia Smith.
I'm glad they got Georgia.
I'm not glad about any of this. When I heard this, I was like, what Fong Kong version is Drake putting out now? Were you aware that they were doing this?
Yes, I was aware. And I gave them the go-ahead.
How did that all come about? And what was that phone call like?
I really can't remember. I mean, I just had a baby, and my child was premature, and I had too much going on. I didn't have the energy to fight about anything. I was just like, okay, shove.
And now when you look back on it, and you're like, wow, Drake actually really did, and Georgia Smith was basically singing your words.
My words. So much that when you listen to the song, there's some vocals that they kept because she couldn't do them. So it was like, okay. So I wasn't mad at the song. I really wasn't mad at the song at all.
Now, we know you as our house diva. And one thing about this is that every time musicians and artists have this conversation around the different genres, it's kind of like we need to figure out the genre that's currently reigning. Are you going to tap into that as well? Some say
you mean
we do it
amapiano?
Amapiano. Some say they do it for relevance. You know what I mean? Would you tap into that market, into that genre?
I think the same way that I didn't stay in the industry for many years and decided to take a break, relevance has never been a thing for me.
Yeah.
It's never been a motivator.
It's really never been. So I'm original, so I just stick to what I do. And I already have my fans, you know. I have my very loyal people, and also I'm singing for people my own age. My piano is for kids. I'm a 2000. I'm a 2K.
So that's a no. You're not going to do piano.
No. And somebody quite but silly says that statement of my piano, because he's been saying do my piano. So we're setting this straight.
No,
I am not going to do amapiano.
I stand a queen.
Now, I want to ask this question.
Hallelujah.
To sing is one thing. To be able to write and sing your own words is something else. Tell me about your pen game. How did that come about? Have you always been a good songwriter?
Or did people ghostwrite for you?
Yeah,
No, I don't have ghostwriters.
There we go. That puts it to bed.
I don't have ghostwriters. And I never knew that I'm a good songwriter. It was a shock for me. Like, oh, really? You guys like that? What I do is I just get into studio and then I am just honest about how I'm feeling. And I find a way of writing it down and making it as easy and sing along as possible.
Relatable, yeah.
Yeah. So I can't really say, Guti, when it comes to my pen game, I am this or that. No. It just happened and I was shocked.
Just gifted, I guess.
It's been 6 years since Rebirth. I think that was the last
Yes,
album
that was
you
the
put
last
out.
album.
About 2018, I think it was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and you've already told us that you took time off. You wanted to start a family, become a mom.
Yeah.
But all the while, I know you've got your own record label.
Yes.
Was that record label running while you were taking time out, or is it something that you've now got back into more recently? And what's happening with the label?
It wasn't, because I tried. I really tried. Now, the thing is, I feel like we first need to mentor these kids, because people think if I'm going to work with Bucie, automatically I'm famous. So trying to teach them that if you want to do music, you do it for the love of it, not because it's going to make you famous. So I struggled a lot with finding young girls that just want to be famous and don't have the patience of everything that it takes. Because even with me, I released my first album in 2020, but I feel like I only got my biggest break 2013, 2012.
It's a process.
You know? It's a process. So I decided to just put a pause on that. Excuse me, because I didn't want to baby other people's babies. I was just like, oh, can I just raise my kids? And it's something that I would definitely want to go back to. They just need to understand that it's a process and it takes time, and it's not like that.
You're very big on woman empowerment,
Yes,
right?
I am.
Your label, is it?
Yes,
Is it
I just
highly
want
concentrated with women
only.
only?
Only because my manager is a woman. My PR company it's a woman. You know, I love working with women because we understand each other. This thing of no, women don't get
cannot work
along, they
together,
can't work
yeah.
together. It's not true, guys, because I'm going through something so personal in my life right now, and I have women. I'm surrounded by beautiful, strong women that are just supporting me. So I love women. I'm
Thank you for
straight.
breaking that stigma.
Thank you for clarifying
You're
that.
about to get some DMs.
Yeah.
Hey, baby. Hey, baby.
Keep up the good work. Thank you for empowering us. Keep up the
Thank
good work.
you.
And also thank you for breaking this whole stigma that women cannot
Yeah.
Work
you know,
with each other,
work
yeah.
together,
Exist,
work
yeah.
well.
No,
You know, you have a very
definitely.
oiled machine that's, you know, keeping up and working well, and it's all women. Well
all
done.
women. Thank
Well
you.
done, mommy.
I've got almost a follow-up question to the one Temba asked about your penmanship, right? So
Yeah.
your writing ability. Have you ever written for anyone else? Have you ever had to, done some songwriting work for other songs for other artists?
I think I did once for Buscie. And I think that
Was
was
it that Boom Shaka verse?
no.
You heard it first here. Right? The Boom Shaka verse came from Bucie.
Hasina.
Maybe she can tell us what she was trying to write
I have
there.
no clue what Tim is saying.
Hasina.
From Boom Shaka to Bucie Shaka.
Boom.
All right, when we come back from the next track, I want to find out how you came, or how the meeting came about with this particular producer.
Okay.
Because I find it, if someone was to ask me the question, what's your favorite Bucie song? Very difficult. Please don't put me in a corner and ask me that question. I love so much of your music, but gun to my head, I would be able to answer because there was one particular song of yours that I can say changed my life. It changed my life. I was also very much all over the place as a DJ. Like, you know, what kind or what genre, what style of house music do I play? And then this particular song got released, and I still say to this day, I say both to him and to you that it's the best song. He knows when he sees me, he's like, I am a man. You're always talking about that song.
I think I know.
I know you.
I think I know.
He refers to
I know
himself
what
in the
he's
third
talking
person. It's this one right here. This one changed my life.
about. Knew it.
So we'll find out about how the Heavy K collaboration came out
Okay.
on the other side of this one. So I want to play the whole song, but I also don't want to run out of time. See, I can get the live version. What is the song about? Talk to me about, was the song about someone?
This song was definitely about someone. I've traveled the world, you know, and there was just something about him. He built a church for the village that he grew up in. You know, every year when he goes home, he would slaughter a cow. Like he was like rooted when it comes to and very cultural. So I was just like, and like I said, I was a well-kept girl.
Well, I mean, he's building schools and churches.
Do you understand?
So, you know, that doesn't happen unless you're a prophet by God, you know?
Yeah, no, there was just, I needed to just embrace and love our African culture and our African man. Bucie, as much as I've been all over the world, I never seen anything like an African brother.
Stay rooted. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Talk to me about meeting Heavy K. What was it like working with Heavy K? Because I know him to be a bit of a mad scientist of music. Like, I'm sure he's got 100 beats ready for you when you arrive. Because that guy produces day and night.
He did. I think it was shortly after the song that he released with Mpumi.
Yes.
And
Wena,
yes. And he wasn't that far from Demor's house. And we're still working on my album, The Princess of House. That's the one that had Louis Vega also. So we went to his studio, we got there, and he played this beat. And I think he was saving it for someone else. And then he played other songs, and I was like,
Go back.
He kept saying, no, listen to this one. I'm like, no, go back to that song, because he has a million beats.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to get confused. I knew this was my song. And I wasn't sure what I wanted to say, but I knew that definitely this is what I want to be singing on. Yeah.
It's incredible. But you know what? There's one thread that we need to pick up on now that goes through all of this. I think someone in this industry that doesn't get enough flowers is Demor.
Yeah.
Himself.
Himself.
He played such a huge
I'm
role
so
in South
glad you
African
said that.
house
glad you
music.
mentioned
And when
that,
you
yeah.
speak to artists, the name Demor keeps coming up, coming up. What's your impression of what he did for South African house music?
Listen, I even went back. My latest single, Faithful, I called Demor. And I was just like, you know, here in studio, if there's anybody that understands my voice as a producer, it's definitely Demor. And I thought, since I'm coming back, I would want to go back to basics, you know. And Demor, man, like, you are right, he doesn't get enough credit, and he has done so much for the music industry. I mean, he has worked a lot with Zakes. Most of the songs that Zakes released, Demor has a hand in them, you know. Let's just hope, Bucie, one day I'm not the only one that is speaking so highly of him, and actually someone is I don't know.
Gets his flowers. What is still alive?
Yeah.
No, I think we must actually have him on the show.
While you can still smell them, you have to.
like
You
that.
have to, because it will be such an interesting show, because he's got a lot of stories to tell, because he has worked with so many big names. So yeah, you should definitely
Talk
have
to me
him on
about the
show.
new single and what we can expect now that you're back. You know, you're a super mom, you're a superman, superwoman. Faithful's the new single, which we're going to close out with, and we're going to play that one in a bit for you. But talk to me about that song and what's to come now that you're rejuvenated and back in the game.
Faithful is a gospel song. As everybody knows, my mom ke moruti, ke goletse ko kerekeng.
Amen.
Okay.
So and more than anything, I just had to give glory to God for keeping me safe and protecting me throughout the years, because I saw my fellow artists and my fellow colleagues just passing away, you know.
So many.
So the fact that God kept me, I just felt like I just need to release a song where I am really giving glory to God and still stick to my sound. And God is faithful. He's been so faithful. I was telling Tato that I was involved in a car accident about a month ago.
Oh no.
Where I have a very ugly scar. The doctors kept saying, "How are you still alive? Like, how is she still alive?" And it's just like, it's the grace of God. And
a month ago, and you're sitting here. That's incredible.
And I'm sitting here. I'm always wearing a back brace. I just left it today because I wanted to look cute for y'all.
And you look gorgeous.
It was not going to go with my.
I left my crutches in the car as well. I didn't want you to see me.
Yeah, no, I can't see you on crutches. But yeah, faithful, and it was produced by one of Demor's young artists. His name is Cat SA, Katli SA. I call him Katlejo. He is on Instagram. Whenever I post, he's there. I tag him, and then also Wanda is under Demor Music. He's the male vocalist that you hear in the background, and Utafi, you know. So I went straight to Demor, and he has a of boys that he works with that are just so incredibly talented. See, he's still grooming.
Yeah, not only is he a super
man,
producer,
you need to bring that guy here.
You're gonna plug us with his numbers at least.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you with his number.
All right, here's the song before we close off the show. It's a brand new one from Bucie. It's called Faithful. Enjoy.